Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. It's Vanessa here in the flesh to bring you guys this bronzy eyeshadow look. Now I'm using all new products in this video, some affordable, some not so affordable, but guys, this tutorial is focused here on these little lids of mine. These techniques I'm about to show you have transformed the way I do my own makeup. But if you're interested in seeing this eyeshadow look, a new way of me putting on my eyeshadow, if you're interested in seeing some new goodies, if you're interested in supporting your girl, then go ahead and just keep watching. If you love me like I love you, click that subscribe button. Tell your friends, tell your moms, tell your boyfriends. Tell everybody you know to click on that subscribe button so you never miss an upload. The primer that I'm using is the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. As you can see, it is well loved. I love this stuff so much. It's just perfect, and it holds on to the makeup all day so it's not all slipping all over my face. And now lately I have been using the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation, and this is in the shade Cadiz. I just like to dot this on the skin, and this is really full coverage, so you don't really need a lot. One thing I need to do before though is color correct. I forgot around my mouth. I use my LaGirl Pro Concealer in Orange Corrector to correct around my mouth because it's a little dark. Now the brush that I love to blend out this foundation, e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush, and I just use it to dab on the skin. Like, you'll see my skin just pretty much transform to a really nice solid base. Now you don't want to swipe, you just want to dab. And what I like to do is take my L'Oreal Perfecting Sponge. This is like one of my favorite sponges ever. If you want it, there's a link in my description. I just use this to go over that foundation. This really just melts the foundation into the skin. I do my eyebrows off camera, so if you guys do want to see a video on that, click that link in my description as well. And there you have it, a nice solid base. Highlight, I'm going to be using a new product. This is the Wet n Wild Photofocus Concealer in the shade Medium Tawny, and I love this. It reminds me of the Tarte Shape Tape. And I do bring it up on the lid. All right, another new product I'm using. This is the NYX Highlight and Sculpt, and this is in the shade Cinnamon Peach, and it's so gorgeous. I do use both sides. I'm going to start with the contour. So I'm going to start with the highlight portion, and I'm going to use this to highlight the bridge of my nose, a little bit of my forehead. A little bit more of a highlight. Alright, then I'm going to take my sponge again. I do like to spray it with some Fix Plus just to make sure it's nice and dewy, and I'll just go ahead and blend out again. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and set. And that is the Maybelline Master Fix. And this is a translucent powder from the drugstore. I like to blow off the excess so I don't apply too much powder. I also bring it on top of my lids. I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralize in Dark to just run over my entire face. For this, I'm going to go in with one of my favorite palettes. You guys know the Modern Renaissance. I'm going to pick up Burnt Orange and Raw Sienna and kind of do a light wash over my eyes. I'm using a MAC 224, and I really think that this brush is a really good investment because they last a really long time and they blend out eyeshadow. Even the toughest, the chalkiest eyeshadow, this brush can really blend them out effortlessly without even trying. So if you have like struggle with patchiness, this would truly help. And I just like to dust these two into my crease. All right, the next thing I'm gonna go in is with this really bright color. It's called Tempura in Golden Ochre. And I just like to tap it here, you see? And I tap it, and then I just dust off my brush, and then I'll go back in and blend it out. That's just how I like to highlight the brow bone. I'll go in with Primavera from that same palette, and I'll go ahead and put a little bit right under the brow. You see that? Just to give that extra highlight, and then I'll just brush away any of the extra. I'm gonna pick up Realgar. I know you guys are probably tired of me using this palette, but like once you spend your hard-earned coin on a palette, you want to make sure you get your bang for your buck. So I'm using this baby until it's gone. And what I do is I'm just gonna take this into my crease, and I pack on the color before I do anything. I don't try to blend out first, I just pack on the color. I pack it into my crease super duper deep, and bringing it down to my outer corner as well. I'm gonna go in with a brush or a semi-clean brush, and I'm just going to blend out the edges. Clean up the edges. And don't worry about the lid. We are going to apply a lid color on the lid, so no worries. You see how I just blended that out really nicely? This product right here, you guys, is literally my favorite product in the world. And I'm going to say that because it has totally transformed the way I do my eyeshadow, especially if you have hooded lids. It just makes your eyeshadow last longer. It makes it more vibrant, and it won't transfer onto your crease if you have hooded lids. And I'm going to apply a light layer of the mixing medium on the lids. And you want to apply this wherever you're going to apply lid color, and you want to keep your eyes down so you don't transfer. Now, I'm not going to let it dry down all the way, but I am going to keep my eyes down because I do not, I repeat, want to mess up. Now, I'm going to take one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes, and this is the Juvia's Place, the Nubian. I'm going to use these two colors. Just going with the blending brush and just finish applying the color onto the lid. It's kind of like coloring and then filling in the lines. You see how beautiful that gold applies? It's like a dream. See how that is? And I'm pretty much done applying the color. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with Realgar and apply that to the outer corners just to make sure everything is nice and blended in. I just love Anastasia's. I have a little mess up here. Now I always get fallout like every time, so I just take my brush and just lightly dust it away. Alright, so I'm pretty much done with the eyes. So let's go ahead and apply some Marc Jacobs mascara. This is like my favorite mascara. It's really wet. For my lashes, I'm going to use the Kim Thai lashes by Cake Face Beauty, and these are in Lion-Hearted, and they're so gorgeous. I've worn these about 5 or 6 times already, but I've never worn them on camera. My Black Radiance Pressed Powder in Cafe, just to bronze up the skin. So I have on my bronzer. I'm going to use my favorite blush at the moment. This is the NYX Illuminator, and this is Enigmatic. And guys, this is like a cross between a highlighter and a blush. It reminds me of NARS Orgasm. It's just like I'm going for that bronzy look. It's like a blinding blush. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply highlight, but before I do that, you guys know I got to spray some Fix Plus. And for my highlight, I'm using my my Mimi by MAC. And I'm just going to bling out the skin as much as possible. Blue. On my lips, of course, I'm going to use my Kiss New York Luxury Lip Pencil in Roasted Coffee. I'm only going to apply a little bit of this because I usually cover it. For the lips, I'm going to go in with the Kylie Cosmetics Cream Lipsticks, and I'm going to use Kimberly. Now, I can't wear these on their own on the lips. But I also like to use NYX Intense Butter Gloss, and this is in Cookie Butter. This is like my all-time favorite nude for my skin tone. Oh, it just makes me want to cry. Alright, and that pretty much wraps. Oh my god, I don't have any bottom mascara. Let's do that. So I'm going to go back in with my Marc Jacobs, and I'm going to apply some Lower Lash Mascara. I went out of town and I needed some setting spray, but I didn't have any on hand, so I went over to Ulta and I picked up the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Illuminating Fixing Spray. Now this is so good. I just hate the way it sprays because it sprays like hairspray, but my face will be lit with it. Alright, you guys, and here is my finished face. I'm hoping you guys really like this eyeshadow technique that I've been using lately, and let me tell you, it is a game freaking changer. Let me get this hair together so that I can do my intro. You feel me? You guys, I just hit 5,000 subscribers, and that's crazy to me because at the beginning of the year I was at 4,000, so it's like moving super duper quick. But yeah, I don't make this too long. I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Hey.